Hello, everybody. What's this? Kenny Dez sounds a little bit different than normal. Yes, I got a new microphone, and it's a little bit more, how should we say? Beautiful. I really like it. And we're here because, this is the podcast. And starting this off is...
Say hi to the fan
Mr.
in the
Dez.
background.
Yeah.
What's up, fan?
Yo, how you doing? How you doing, Joshua?
I'm doing
Or
pretty well
Mr.
today.
Mr. Fletch.
I'm
So
doing
sorry, everybody, that we couldn't get the video out on Tuesday, like we originally said, but shit came up for both of us. We're going to try to get it out again on Tuesday. No promises though, like last time. Yeah. Our first podcast, we noticed that we were rambling a little too much about like the actual story and not really giving our takes. So this one's going to be a very take based. It's going to be, as the cool kids would say, very red pilled based cringe.
No, it's not gonna be cringe. We're not cringe.
Oh, shit, right. We're gonna be red pilled, black pilled. We're gonna do this.
Black
Alright.
pilled? What?
So let's begin, shall we?
Okay.
Last time we left off, we were.
We gotta talk about the Kanashiro's Palace period, and I would say my favorite thing about Kanashiro's Palace is like the lead up to the palace. Like I remember I remember just seeing like Makoto following you around and like hiding your face in the magazine, and I was like, dang, that's cool. This is foreshadowing to something, huh? And it did. And I was like, wow, this girl is creepy. And I kind of like, like how it makes it like she's your enemy at first, but then when she sees the truth, she's like, dang, you guys were right all along. I'm stupid. I'm retarded.
Yeah, I really do like how she was used to manipulate adults. That right there, like, sorry, I messed up my words there. She was used by adults. I felt that was like a really cool setup, to be honest. Your so-called rivals to the Phantom Thieves. Every rival character in Persona 5 is very well built up to, and overall I really love the Makoto, because once you meet her, she's basically like the mommy GF of the whole entire Phantom Thieves. She's
Don't
there
say
to kick.
that. Don't say that. I want to hear that.
Fucking stupid. Is it so roid?
Yeah, I really like Makoto's character, and I remember watching a video about how she kind of embodied loneliness, and how like she had a high status,
that was
Shape Realistic?
Yeah, Shape Realistic, yeah.
Yeah.
Production. Dude, I love Shape Realistic.
Like I already like Makoto, but that just raised it up a lot after seeing that and realizing that. And
yeah, like
one thing I'll say though is that I think she's a little bit overrated.
Honestly, I'm gonna have to disagree, and please excuse the Discord call left. That's a glitch.
Oh, I'm on DJ. Kenny, I'm on streamer mode, so it won't play.
Oh. Alright, makes sense. Yes. Don't worry about who's in the other call, he's not speaking. Anyways, though, yeah, so, Makoto, I definitely have to say, though, I can understand why, people think she's overrated, but me personally, I really do love her, because, for a good portion of my life, I, felt really lonely. And, yeah. Like, I feel like, it's the embodiment of well, okay, that was a stupid thing to say, but I've been very lonely for a long time, and there's multiple reasons to that. But yeah, overall, like with disabilities and stuff, it's hard to go out there and meet people, and you always want to live up to people's expectations. You don't want to let people down. But overall, just how she was handled really just brought a tear to my eye, because at first I thought she was a complete bitch, like everybody did. But the way that they changed her character arc to the point where she was willing to go and get herself into danger in order to put a stop to Kaneshiro was just beautiful.
Yeah, I remember how the flashback came when Sai called her useless, and I was like, dang, I wasn't expecting that. That really came out of nowhere.
Yeah, that was definitely like that. Being called useless is one of the most fucked up insults anybody could do. Maybe you can make fun of like race and stuff no, with me, I have very hard skin, but I think that being called useless just overall is the worst insult anybody could ever say to somebody.
Yeah.
Because there's okay, I have no room to talk about this, but with racial insults, like racial insults, like the N-word, it's the board. We all know the definition between that, but being called useless, though, I think really has more of a detrimental impact, because it's like, why are you alive? Like, if somebody calls
I
you
feel like
useless,
if somebody calls you something like the N-word unironically, then
that's fine.
That's fine. I feel like part of it is just saying, oh, you're useless because you're this race.
Well, yeah, that actually is true. Or when you say that word, it means that they like look down at you or like don't see you as human. But with being called useless, they don't see anything. That's how I look at it. But I think just if anybody unironically calls you useless,
then they have a deep hatred for you.
Yeah, I don't think there's one scenario that I don't think there's one single scenario that can put you into like a state where you can get over being called useless. Even like the most like thick-skinned people that I've talked to, like the word useless is just a fucked up word.
Yeah.
For
a human, like that's such a dehumanizing word.
Yeah, it's literally dehumanizes anybody. But yeah. Let's see what else about Makoto. Overall, her I do feel like her arc. Oh, and her awakening to her persona. I thought that those were all pretty cool. Because once they entered the palace, they looked at her as like a liability and shit. But like once she woke into her persona, that was really nice. I really love that.
Yeah, I like that too. And especially her reveal and everybody was just like, oh my god, she's actually like really powerful. I thought that was cool too.
She's a fucking motorcycle. She go.
Alright, how about we talk about the palace now?
Oh yeah, the palace.
In general.
And Kaneshiro. Honestly, hot take here. I think Kaneshiro is one of the worst antagonists so far. Now with Kaneshiro, he did set the standards, and he was overall a great antagonist. And I can see why people look at him as the downfall to the good antagonist, because evil adult this, evil adult that. But I think if you look at it like this, so the thing about the Fen Thieves that I've just noticed is that all the antagonists represent a deadly sin. Kamoshida, lust, Madarame, envy, and Kaneshiro, greed. And that explains why there's 7 palaces. Well, now there's 8, but we don't talk about that. But
Well, we
And
will.
then we will. And then there's one boss fight that we're going to talk about. I don't know when, but we're going to talk about that. But yeah, Kaneshiro, I think him being greed really just shows like how he doesn't value human life at all, to the point where he's going to fuck over everybody in the world just so that he can get a sweet cut. And then once you beat him, he plays victim and says shit like,
Oh, if the world didn't rely on money, then I wouldn't be in this situation.
yeah. Overall, just like, it's definitely. I think just due to just like his demand and the interaction they had between Makoto, and or Makoto had with him was pretty nice. And I loved his boss fight too. How greed was his downfall, because spoiler alert, once you get him down to really low health, his final attack is his money, where he just drops all of his money and it gets you down to really low HP, and then like all of his money's gone. So then he's like, bruh, 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 bruh. And then his guards go away, and that's just the end for him. And then he has to confess his sins. And I do like how he didn't have like a public announcement like all the rest, because I look at it like greed is something that we all have deep inside of us that we never wish to show, but with lust, that's very like open, but greed's inside of all of us. That's why I feel like there wasn't like a public announcement for him confessing his sins. He just turned himself in.
Yeah.
I really like that. That was I find that a good subtle touch.
Well, why do you find him a weaker villain, actually? You never really clarified that.
Oh, I don't find him okay. So, going off personality, he has no personality. His personality was all...
His personality was pretty much his deadly sin. Yeah.
But then again, though, I think the way that they handled Greed kind of was a little... Well, no. The subtlety, or like his whole entire instinct was really good. Like his insides were really fucking good. Or
his insides were really
good. Okay, don't take that out of context, please. But yeah, like his distortion, that was amazing. I really loved his distortion, but his overall character, I think with all the characters like Madarame, he looked to be like he was a guy that you wouldn't expect to be an awful person. Like he actually was good-hearted, or he was good-spirited on the outside, but with Kaneshiro, it's just like, oh, look at me, I'm money, look at my money. Oh, now look at me, I'm making you guys strip from me for cash. And Kamoshida was also like, he seemed like a really good guy who would help out his team, but then you realize, oh yeah, this guy rapes kids.
Yeah. The thing about Kaneshiro, okay, this is my only thing I'd say about Kaneshiro. It seems like his shadow version and his real self don't actually really have a difference. Yeah. Like it's like the same person.
Yeah, exactly. That's the same thing. But I guess it kind of does make sense as well, because the Phantom Thieves are all about like taking the hearts of distorted desires. And would you look at that? What are the cause of distorted desires?
You wanna know what would be really funny, actually? If like you know how he has like this horrid personality, like I'm gonna ruin your life. What if behind he was actually like a little bitch? His shadow form was just a little bitch, and he was like, oh, I need this money, please don't take it from me, and like he's like begging and pleading, he's like, I'm gonna have to fight you now.
Yeah, well, I mean, technically, he kind of did do that.
Well,
when
once you
beat
defeated him, but I don't feel like that was like genuine. You know?
I feel like he was a lot more cocky. That is true. Like, he was a lot more cocky because, like, once you beat him, he talks about, oh, there's something in the woods. It's somebody else using it. We never talked about this with Madarame either. But there's secretly a please excuse Joshua's sister in the background. There's a secret man, somebody else in the Metropolis, the metaverse.
Yeah.
We don't know who he is. He has a black mask and he's making people do certain tasks for his own self-gain. And I think that's really cool. That, you know, now there's like, there's this scary man in the metaverse. Scary man! And yeah, now he's going to, he's up to something. We don't know what yet. But I feel like it's really cool because we don't talk, okay, spoiler alert, we don't hear about him until we go over to Haru's palace. Haru. That's how you say it, right? Haru?
Alright, do you think we can move on from Kaneshiro? Because I feel
almost.
like I said everything.
Oh, you're still recording this, right?
Yeah.
Gosh. Sorry, I have when you can't jump out of the middle and just like start asking questions. It's kind of weird. But yeah, I feel like we've been on this subject a little bit long. Futaba. There's a lot of shit that I want to say about. There's a lot of shit that I want to say about Futaba, but
I really like Futaba's palace, and it kind of helped me get through a hard time in my life. I won't exactly say what happened during that time, but it really helped me out. And like, so I might have a little bit of a bias here, but generally,
I have a bias for beauty.
Generally, I really like her palace and how it's kind of like she's so socially anxious to the point where she lock herself up in a room and not talk to anybody at all. Well, I mean, other than on the internet, she obviously had to like find people to build Medjed, but besides the point, I really like Futaba's character. My only problem with her is she kind of has this, like, it's a problem with a lot of the Persona 5 characters in the party, where they'll have like a little bit of development in the beginning, then they just scrap it. Like, well, I haven't actually finished her Confidant, so I don't know if it finishes off with her really completing her arc about really being able to open up to people, but it kind of seems like they forget that she's socially awkward in a way, you know? Like, she'll be really peppy in the palaces. I know that's like her personality when you open up to her, but like she'll mouth off to the shadows and stuff, and that's like, isn't she supposed to be like incredibly socially awkward and have crippling social anxiety? But then in the metaverse, she's just fine.
I feel like the reason for that is because, technically speaking, she's really smart, right?
Yeah.
So technically, they're not really people; they're people's thoughts.
Yeah,
So
but if you have like social anxiety, that's still gonna. It doesn't change if like they're not. They're just people's thoughts and they're not actual people. That I don't feel like that would change anything.
I don't know. I think that's. I don't know. I'm gonna say that. I don't know, but I gotta say, Futaba. What can I say about Futaba? She is hands down one of the best pieces of shit in this whole entire game. I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking with you. I'm fucking. Futaba has to be one of my favorite characters in all of something. Now, there's no lie around it. A lot of people hate her just due to the fact why they hate Morgana, because they non-stop talk during battles.
Nah, I don't think that's really why. I think people more just find her personality in general annoying. I disagree with that, but I've just heard what other people say. The only game where I really hear that people get annoyed at the navigators is Teddy from Persona 4.
Yeah, I can agree with that. But Futaba. Yeah, at the end of her arc, I'm pretty sure she opens up to you. She opens up to you, and you guys go out. And actually, she gets in contact with her friend, or her friend from high school, who was being abused by her father.
Don't you mean elementary school?
Yeah, in elementary school. And she meets up with her. Well, no, she doesn't meet up with her, but she talks with her and she gives her the motivation to go to high school.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a really cool. Heartwarming scene. It's definitely a...
Hold on, I think you cut out a bit.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah, a little bit.
Hello?
Alright, I can hear you.
Sorry about that, people. Yeah, but Futaba, her overall character, socially awkward, and I feel like a lot of people praise Makoto for being loneliness and stuff, but I think I look at Futaba being more of the encounter, the fear to be confronted, because I feel like all of the main characters have huge flaw with them. Ryuji's is being too hot-headed. Ann's is being easily disgusted.
Well, sensitive?
Well, actually, no.
Do you mean just sensitive?
Yeah.
Well, Morgana has the sensitivity issue too. But it's more.
Yeah.
Who else?
All the characters have a huge flaw with them. And I look at Futaba being the whole entire to the puzzle in terms of fear. I look at her being fear of others' opinions, expression, thoughts, unable to confront people. I feel like she's the one to cause people to fear her because she's inhuman, it seems, to others, and they can't understand her, and she can't understand people. She feels like an alien, because to them, she is. That is until the Phantom Police come along and save her, because her whole entire arc is pretty fucked.
Also, the Palace music is it's my favorite Palace theme from Persona 5, because they actually have symbolism in that song without lyrics, and I think that's really, really cool.
Now you're probably wondering, well, what's the deal with Futaba? What is her depressing story? Well, her mother killed herself because of her. And now she's living in a palace. Well, no, now she barricades her room inside her room and treats it like a tomb to try to bring back her mother from the dead. And she can't get over the guilt that the adults told her, because to her, apparently she was the one who killed her mother.
Yeah.
And her palace is a pyramid, a tomb.
Because she
I gotta
feels
say,
dead. Or she feels like
Yeah.
she needs to die.
she feels certain, like murdered. And I really like how before you enter a palace, other side area, which is like there's like a little desert land where you need to go kill one of the guys who, well, technically not kill, but you know, you need to like destroy destroy one of the shadows who took a piece of her pyramid. And it kind of symbolizes the adults took from her in terms that she didn't kill her mother. It was the adults who framed her because of Wakiba's information, her research to the cognitive world.
Yeah.
I gotta say that's fucked. That whole entire palace, especially the end of the boss fight, in which Futaba goes up against her own persona.
Well, her own mother. I think you're thinking of Persona 4.
Sorry. Where she goes up against her own mother. And I felt like that was just really fucking touching.
Yeah, because it was kind of like she has to confront her anxieties, and it's like symbolized as her own mother, because that's where all of it stemmed from. Yeah, I thought that was really cool.
But Futaba, I find her to be one of the best girls because one of the most relatable girls. Because one thing that I have to say about Persona, hot take here.
Hot take here.
Trying to.
We're waiting for the hot take. It's getting kind of cold.
Sorry. Hot take here. Futaba is the only interesting female protagonist.
I disagree. I think Makoto is also interesting, and we'll get to Haru.
Okay, well, in terms of personality, at least, because Makoto's personality is just, I'm smart.
No, not really. She's authoritative too.
Yeah, authoritative. She's justice.
Yeah, I really like.
I think really talking about her all-out attacks.
I don't really think we need to.
No, like, because all of her all-out attacks, like there's like words in the back that like describe like. Yeah, things.
Honestly, I don't remember them.
Yeah. It's like really cool and subtle, and I really fucking love it. Like Joker shows over. Makoto is justice has prevailed. It's just really cool touches to the character. Fucking
yeah. Yeah, but I think Makoto Futaba, Haru, in a way, I'll get to that, and Kasumi are interesting. I think An's like the only one that's not.
Oh my god, I forgot about Kasumi. Oh no. Oh, take it back, my hot take. Holy shit. I don't know why I forgot about Kasumi. My dumbass, I'm sorry. Yeah, Futaba, her personality is just. She's the geekish kind, really the kind that you are most likely, to stay away because she wants you to stay away. But, once you get to know her...
One thing I noticed about Futaba is that she probably uses Reddit.
I will fucking kill you. This is unironic. I know your IP, and I am coming to your house with a fucking motorcycle to come and break your dog's legs, your mother's legs, your father's legs, and then cut your head off with the chain. The dog is a proud owner of a fucking Reddit account. Yeah. I think it's time that we talk about the one and only. The one and only.
Do you mean Okumura's palace? Yeah, Okumura's palace. Okay. So, I think people think that Haru is a boring character, and I 100% blame that on how she's represented outside of her confidant, because she barely talks or adds anything to any conversation. I can't remember one highlight from her specifically that wasn't in her confidant. Like, I really liked her confidant, but like, her character outside of it is just so nothing, like, but I will say this: she is one of the only characters that I'd say has the same development in that they have to go through in their palace, and they also have it outside of their palace, or like it follows up on their story instead of adding new elements. And I think that's really cool. Like, what I mean by this is, once Haru gets out, once Haru's father dies, she basically has to hold the company on her own. Well, not hold the company on her own, but she has to do a lot more for the company. And I think it's really interesting to see exactly what she has to do and the struggle that she has to go through to manage the company. And then she's like, hey, I kind of don't really care about Big Bang Burger. I'm actually like really into coffee and stuff. And it kind of establishes this in like the beginning when she goes to Sojiro and asks her how her coffee is, and he's just like, it's not good. Do it better next time. But wait, actually, we forgot to mention Sojiro. I'll finish this, but we gotta talk about Sojiro because I remember we were gonna talk about Sojiro.
Oh my god, I forgot about my man Sojiro.
Yeah. Okay. Let me finish on her. Yeah, but I really liked her social link was kind of about her becoming more independent because she didn't have a father to rely on anymore to show her the ways. And I really like Haru's character because she kind of seems like she's very good at being independent and starting things for herself. And I hope, like, in Persona 6 they do something like Persona 4 Arena, where the Persona 3 characters come back and we can see what they're like years after the events. Because I really want to see how a lot of the Persona 5 characters' lives turn out after the events, like years after the events. Especially Haru, because she wants to build that coffee shop in the Okumura Foods label, and I think that's really cool. And I want to see her succeed. I don't know, maybe they cover it in Scramble. Maybe they do. Also, I think Haru and Makoto went to college together. So, that's cool too. Kenny, you there? Are you there, Kenny?
Oh, hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know what that was happening, but yeah, my microphone kind of weirded out. But I didn't really hear what you said about Haru because I wanted to use the fucking bathroom.
Damn it. Basically,
no, it's good. It's good. I'll give my take.
All right.
Yeah. Honestly, Haru. What can I describe about Haru? I feel like she's just the overall kindness of the group.
Kind of what?
I really feel like she doesn't need a character arc because I feel like she was always born perfect. I mean, that's why her father like abused her or like used her because she was born perfect. I really don't know how to add to the character, and I mean, you can look at that as a burn character. That's perfectly like that's fair. But I kind of like just look at it as like she didn't really have any flaws with her. She just was used by her father and forced into a bad situation in her life, and now she's, now that her father's gone, she can do what she wants.
I'd say her flaw is like confrontation or confronting others about things that she doesn't like, to the point where like her life is kind of micromanaged by other people in a way.
Yeah.
Like, she doesn't know how to say, no, I'm not doing this, or actually, let's do this, or don't do this to me, or set boundaries. She doesn't really know how to do that, and I think that's really interesting.
Yeah. But Sojiro. Man, Sojiro.
Yes,
What to say about Sojiro?
Sojiro is like, I'd say he's my favorite adult character in the game.
I'd say he's better than Dojima.
I highly disagree, but that's fine. We won't get into that yet. Or I don't know if we talk about it like something with Persona 4 or not.
We will talk about Persona 4. Don't worry, you little pretty heads. But Sojiro, his love for his daughter, his love for you, his oversympathetic nature, and tough love, personality. Once you get to know him, he loosens up and treats you as family. And once you say of his daughter, he loves you. He considers you the son that he never had, and he was glad that he took you in. His oversympathetic nature from a hard, brutal man who wanted nothing more. But
one thing I really like is that his confidant is blocked out at a certain point where you can't raise it until Futaba gets added to the picture.
yeah,
I think
that was really...
the only thing I'd say is I wish they would not have him available to talk to in that time. Like, because that would be really frustrating sometimes. Like, you keep going to Sojiro and you're just like, why is it not raising? Please, just raise already. You're the only person I can talk to right now. Like, that's the only thing I'd say about it, but...
Yeah, but then again, though, that's like with every character.
No, but like, with Sojiro, it's like, you literally... It's impossible to move it in the time that you get to a certain rank and Futaba comes in. You have to wait till then. And it doesn't actually, like, tell you or just not... Or make him unavailable.
I hate that about Persona games because I would non-stop talk to like Nanika stuff and I would never raise her social link, but then this isn't Persona 4, but yeah, same with like all Persona games, it's really fucking stupid. I did dislike the development of Persona because that has to do with the overall confidant / social link system. It's a good system, giving more depth to characters that you're not usually used to seeing. Story much, but still, they could have handled it much better.
I like the way that it's handled. I just don't like that specific thing where it's like, oh, it.
Why would you give me the ability to talk to somebody if it doesn't work? Like, what's the point of me talking to them? If you're going
I don't
to do
mind.
that,
I don't mind that because it's kind of about. Well, part of it is like, it's like leveling up in an RPG. It's like, why do I have to fight these battles if I'm not leveling up yet? It's a process. It's not just like, oh, you're just gonna level up after every battle. kind of like you're not gonna like somebody isn't gonna fully open up to you. Like every time you talk, they're gonna reveal more about their personality. Like there's sometimes when you talk to people and like you're not really gonna remember it. You don't really learn anything about them, but you're just hanging out with them. And I think that's fine. And part of it is that you have to get the right options for what you gotta say to them, and it's kind of about also learning their character to see what responses they like the most. And I think that's really cool too. Yeah, but I think Sojiro is like a really sympathetic and nice character, and he has a very nice voice.
I think that, and I feel like there's like a Dojima. It's like a more mature, like you're a more mature Nanako-chan. Like you want to make the world a better place, but you actually go out and do it. Unlike you, Nanako, you stupid retarded girl. What are you gonna do? You're gonna die of cancer. That's what you're gonna.
Oh my god. That's a bit much.
Oh, don't worry, I'll get canceled soon. Don't worry, you and I both, man. We're on the same. But I'm sorry to anybody who has cancer.
Yeah, but I really like Sojiro's character because he's kind of just like, I can't trust you just yet. But once he gets to know you, he'll like really take you in, and he considers you family, and he'll do anything for you.
Yeah.
And I think that's just, well, I wouldn't say that's what people should strive to be, because like, you're pretty much having to rely on others, and that's not the best. But like, if you're a parent, that's what you should strive to be.
Yeah.
Like, you have to be brutally honest, but you have to be able to, like, put your child above you, you know?
Yeah.
Well, to a certain extent, of course. You're not gonna make your life a living hell for your child.
Yeah. So Okumura.
I think Okumura was a missed opportunity.
100% agree. His palace sucked ass.
I wouldn't say it sucked ass.
His palace was awful.
I thought it was just very meh compared to the standard set by other palaces.
The music was awful. He is hands down the worst antagonist in the group.
I don't think he's the worst antagonist. I actually think Kanashiro's and Madarame are worse. Because, like, I don't really mind him as an antagonist, I'd say. Because he's kind of like... Well, in his childhood, he was like, I have to get every opportunity to become more and more successful. And pretty much the reason it was a space station was so he could rise to political power. And it symbolized how he wanted to rise and get more and more power through space. Also, the toy at the end, it kind of symbolized he cared about his daughter and his family too. Like, he's a really interesting villain because he's definitely a bad person, but at the same time he has good aspects about him. Yeah, like, he really cares about his family. That's it.
He cares about his family.
Okay.
He cares about his family.
Okay. Listen to me.
You have 10 seconds.
Okay. If he wasn't a good father overall, then why in the January events, what did Haru wish for her dad to come back?
I wonder. Maybe it's because even when your parents are dead, you still tend to wish for them to come back. It's a dead family member, whether they're fucked or not. You want them to come back because you love them, and Haru still loved her father.
I
The
mean,
fuck?
listen.
He was a terrible father,
she-
but she still loved him because it was her father. What are you getting at?
Okay, so basically he was thinking, this is the best for my daughter. But it was kind of in a fucked way where, like, you can't actually choose if you want to do it or not. She's like, he pretty much put her on his mindset where you have to take every
For his own selfish gain.
little inch of success. I would say it's for his own selfish gain, but some little part of him had it for her interest too. In a really messed up kind of way, in his messed up brain, he thought that would be good for her.
Did he? Then why the fuck is in his boss fight when he said all of his enemies that? Why is it that her final boss fight, he sends her right after you, and then once you beat her enough, she literally is forced to self-destruct, aka kill herself. Come on, he doesn't care about her daughter, his daughter.
I feel like deep down he does, but his distortion makes her look like a pawn. You know what I mean? Deep down, he really does care about his daughter, but his distorted desires and mind are over his daughter. Because I feel like if he put Haru again above his desires, then I don't feel like he would have a palace in general.
I feel okay. Well, here's the thing though. Once you beat him, his palette or like his Haru reveals that he was a good parent at first. That's why she wants him back. I have to say, yeah, deep down somewhere in that whole entire void that was consumed by the lust for power, he may have a little good aspect in him. But you have to understand that his whole entire company motto is to backstab people for own personal gain.
Yeah, I'm not saying like he's a good person or he's a good guy. But I kind of feel like the same way with Madarame, where like if he wasn't distorted, then he probably could have been a pretty good person.
I guess, but that's the same for everybody, though. Joshua.
Well, Kamishita is kind of like he's just an asshole in general. I don't really think that he would not be. I think his problem would just be like he has a huge ego. Not that he can abuse others. He would still be like an egomaniac. And then Kaneshiro, I don't feel like we know enough about him to know how he would have turned out. Other than him saying like one time, it's all because of the money.
The reason why I am the person that I am today is because I don't care about. My personality revolves around one more. I'm a very death character. Yeah, but Okuma's palace. I gotta rant about this. I've avoided talking about the music because I'm gonna have a final segment where I talk about the OST once we're done with this talking about thoughts about the story. There's a lot of shit I need to say about the OST, but I'll give you a sneak peek now.
It's pretty good.
His fuck Okuma's thing. Hardcore fuck Okuma's.
You're doing something like some door or something. Can you stop?
Oh yes, that's my fucking chair.
Oh, it's making it creaking noise.
Yes, okay. Fuck Okuma. Fuck Okuma's theme. It is one of the most generic, boring, tedious themes of all time.
I think it's just okay. I don't really hate it, but
It sounds worse than Mementos, because
I
at
would-
least with Mementos, it's... I went there. I fucking went there.
I still think Mementos is worse because with Mementos, like when it was about to get good, it just said nope. Like I remember that about it. Like I remember it went ba 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 da, and I was like, ooh, it's about to get good. But then it just went around with everything else, and I'm like, why?
Okay, we'll save Mementos coming up, don't worry.
Yeah,
So-
but then Okumura's Palace, at least, I don't know. I just think
It was
it's
like...
meh. It's meh all around. I can't, I don't really hate it, but I just think it's meh.
It's so generically boring and eerie that it pisses me off.
Eerie?
Yeah,
What version did you hear?
It's like... It's not even real music. It's like if you fucking take two...
Yeah, it's
Snoopy-
techno.
No, techno's actually good. One of the best fucking themes of all time. Techno is one of the best music generations of all time.
Generations.
Themes. Fuck off. Okay.
Wait, did you
one of
say
the
themes? Music themes.
Yeah, okay.
Genres. You're looking for
Genres.
genres.
Okay. Okay, one of the best music genres of all time. Alright?
In your opinion, which is very subjective.
No, it's not. It is one of my opinion is right. No, but like, don't at me. Music generations of all time.
I'm gonna be real, I don't like most techno. I think
Well, that's because-
most of it is not that good.
Well, that's because you don't. Well, that's because you like Okuma. Shut the fuck up.
I never said I liked Okumura, I just said he had redeemable aspects to his character.
God damn, let me send my even. Sorry. No. No shots fired at either. Anyways, So, but, a little bit of a spoiler. We're getting into our first spoiler territory.
Yay!
So, as you defeat, Okuma, he's like, bruh. Looks like now I think
He
that's
gets shot
missing.
in the back.
Way to put it like that. He went,
I mean,
pow!
he gets shot in the back of the head, like literally.
Yeah, like JFK, or Abraham Lincoln.
JFK.
JFK was Okuma.
No,
And then
JFK got sniped. He didn't get shot in the back of the head. He got
Dude,
sniped.
yeah, fucking Okuma, fucking, I almost spoiled who killed him. The Black Mask dude came right behind him.
Why are we keeping
like,
spoilers? Who's watching this who hasn't played Persona 5 and cares about spoilers?
well, it's because, you know, who knows what... Okay, people, like, you know, maybe they'll, like, listen to the podcast and be like, okay, damn, this sounds interesting. I might actually enjoy this game, and I think I'm gonna go play it. And then it's like, oh, now they're talking about spoilers. But they've already sold me on why this game is so fucking amazing, and everybody, including me, DJ, and everybody in my friend group, should play Persona. Damn, this sounds like such a good game. I would love to play this. But, you know...
Or they could just be like, Persona suck.
It could be like just Persona sucks. And, yeah. But, so, Okumura gets shot in the back of the head.
And in the real world, he basically just throws up, I don't know if it was blood or what, I don't know. It's not like Danganronpa where the blood is like a specific color, like they have red blood, but then this specific blood is black. Like, I don't get it. Oh, it's like something with the shadows, like his shadow form like killed him or something. I don't
No,
know.
it's
It's hard to
because he had a
explain.
mental shutdown. It's because he had a mental shutdown.
Yeah, but like mental shutdowns are real, and I don't think that happens.
Wait, hold on. What the fuck are you talking about? We're talking about Persona. We're not talking about Persona.
Yeah, I was just talking about his death. Like, did he cough up blood, or was he just? No.
No, his eyes rolled in the back of his head. He had a mental shutdown.
Yeah, he had a mental shutdown, and everybody's like, "Oh, the fan thieves kill Kumura." That's stupid.
And then it's like, well, shit. Now, fuck. And then like the reputation of Defend Thieves goes to shit, and it's like, well.
Oh
looks
wait,
like-
we didn't discuss Morgana and Ryuji.
Oh, you're right. We fucking didn't. And I'm going to pop
Hold on.
off.
Let me. I have like a little thing to say about it. Generally, this was like not
The most
good,
painless-
and like it's one of the reasons why, in my opinion, Persona 5 probably has the weakest cast of the bunch. Like of Persona 4 and 3, it probably has like the weakest cast in my opinion.
Persona 4 has a weaker cast.
I think it's the best, but but I think, like, here's the thing. I can find one good thing about it. At least they kind of had, like, it was always kind of lingering there that Morgana was feeling more and more useless to the group. You know? Like, it was always there. It wasn't like it just sprung out of nowhere. That's something I'll say about it. It wasn't like it sprung out of nowhere. It was always there. Still was like a very, very bad way to handle it, but like, at least it was always there. That's what
There could have been so many better opportunities for Morgana to have a better character arc and would have made him an actual lovable character instead of a side annoying little stopkick that nobody gives a shit about.
Okay, I
Morgana-
wouldn't go that far. I don't hate Morgana.
I hated Morgana until a certain point. And here's why. Okay, I will say this though. If it weren't for Kumara's Palace, I would have never gave a shit. God, hope that he would have been killed off. I would have pogged. I would have pogged my pants. He would have died. And let me tell you why. I love him now, and what he did that made me kind of love him. And why this, but at the same time, why this whole entire arc was completely fucking stupid and just made me hate.
Hold on, you cut out.
Okay. The whole entire encounter between Ryuji and Morgana is the stupidest shit possible. Let me tell you what happened. So Ryuji's like said at the beach, "Damn, Futaba's actually kind of useful compared to you, Morgana." And Morgana's like, and then loses his fucking shit later down the line.
Okay, I will say, Ryuji, he genuinely messed up there. There's no way I'm gonna be like, oh, well, I mean, Ryuji was just speaking his mind. He didn't do anything wrong. Like, no, like, he shouldn't have said that. I'll be able to say that at least. Both of them did bad things, but at least with Ryuji, it's not like Morgana should be able to know at that point that Ryuji doesn't, like, sometimes he'll say things that he doesn't actually mean, or he'll over exaggerate things or not put things in the right kind of tone.
Correct. And that's what I love about Ryuji. That makes him an interesting character.
Yeah.
That makes him a lovable character. It makes him the best fucking character in all of the games. He has a flaw that makes him interesting.
I mean,
And
Yukari
what
has
does
a flaw.
Morgana have?
I mean, Yukari has flaws, but everybody hates her. We'll get to
Yukari.
that. Persona 3.
Who's
Persona 3.
Yukari? Oh yeah, the bitch that fucking cried when. Spoiler!
You just said that you wouldn't. Okay, I feel like I need to cut that out though, because like you just said that you wouldn't spoil about Persona 5, and you spoiled about something we weren't even talking about.
Okay, just like replace it with like the fucking bruh sound effect, and then just put spoiler. Just alright. Oh yeah. But yeah, fucking. Anyways, though, Ryuji. Interesting character. We already know this, but Morgana was the whiniest bitch about this, and took the most extreme, inappropriate, immature retarded immature approach that he could take this. He's like, oh, you're backing down now. Hey, you remember the time when you said this shit? Oh yeah, guess what? I'm holding that grudge against you, and you're a pussy. You're useless. Fucking kill yourself. And then Ryuji's like, what was that? For real? Sorry. But, and so Morgana's like, okay, yeah, you're gonna say something and then you're not gonna do it? Wow, looks like you guys are fucking useless. Kill yourself! Like, in the most sleek, cuntish way possible.
Wait, hold on, I kinda zoned out a little bit. Did you say that Morgana told Ryuji to kill himself? I don't remember that part of the game.
Fucking Morgana was like, kill yourself, and then Ryuji's like, for real? Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's like, Morgana, yeah, so, and then he's like, oh yeah, okay, I'm swag, look at me, I'm now abandoning the Phantom Thieves, the people that adopted me, because I was called useless, which, in definition, yeah, it's pretty fucked. We already talked about why it's a fucked up word. But, really? I'm going to now abandon the people that care for me? You're damn right I am, because I'm a little piece of shit that cares about no one. I get my way, nobody cares. I'm going to figure out who I am. Oh yeah, swag.
Yeah, my thing is like, it went from 1 to 100 and it didn't need to. That's my problem with the arc, because should Morgana have been upset over Ryuji's comment? Yes, anybody would have gotten upset over that. But to leave the entire Phantom Thieves over something that one member that you already bicker with constantly said, that doesn't make any sense. And here's how I would have handled it. I would have made it so... Oh, Kenny left the call. Hold on, I'll wait for him to get back. Let's see what time this is.
Sorry about that, my Discord cut out.
Yeah, anyway, what I would do if I were to make this character arc is I would make him have a grudge against Ryuji specifically, and kind of like throughout the things, like tensions build up between them, and then like they fight, like they actually have like a brawl out, and like the entire thieves have to separate them, and both of them like kind of get emotional, and they come to an understanding of each other, and it builds their bonds together.
Yeah, and
that would have been so great if that happened.
No. Oh,
They made it
but
against
no,
the whole group.
because Morgana. Yeah, because Morgana is like the one-dimensional simp for fucking Lady Anna. Because Ryuji damn well knows that he can get with that bitch, and he is going to get that. And Anna's going to dom the shit out of him and make him feel very good about himself for the rest of his life. But Morgana's a fucking cat, and he's sad that he can get any fucking pussy because he's a fucking
He is
cat.
a pussy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Right. You're right. He is a pussy. And
Pussy
he's
cat.
like, oh, and like, oh, well, Ryuji's gonna be happy for the rest of his life. While I'm still a cat. Yeah, I'm gonna go out of my way to make sure that this man has the worst life of his existence.
Worst life of his existence? What?
Shut up. But you get what I'm saying here.
Yeah.
It was a pointless adaptation that led to nothing, and overall just made the story really, really, really fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And there was literally no redeeming factor for it whatsoever. Tell me one good thing that came out of that. That scene alone. Because once he left, it's like you could say, oh, he met Haru. And then Haru, literally, once he meets Haru, he's like, oh yeah, and you're stupid. Like, oh yeah, and Ryuji, you're stupid, and on your fucking whore. And then Morgana is like, with a name.
Haru? Okay. I can understand why Haru would follow along. Because, like, you already know that Morgana spun the story. There's no way Morgana said the story 100% accurately of what happened.
No, because he's a fucking cat who gives a shit
that
about
didn't
him.
happen.
Who gives a
Like,
shit?
anybody who's mad and wants somebody to be by their side are going to tell a biased story. That's just a fact.
Yeah. But basically, the good thing that came out of that, though, and the reason, like, I actually like Morgana, is because the shit that happened once Okuma gave the opportunity for Morgana to join him and abandon the others, Morgana was like, you know what? These guys are my fucking family, and Ryuji, as much as I shit on you, I fucking love you like a brother, and that shit made me tear up. And then they fucking, Morgana or Ryuji came around and gave him a pat on the back, and then was like, you know what, you and I are fucking brothers now, and I'm not gonna let you go anywhere, and you're not gonna let me go anywhere, because we're the families. And then they grew their bond together. That was fucking character at its finest.
I don't remember when they did that. What are you talking about?
It happened in my mind, alright? It may have not played out like that, but it felt like that to me, alright? It was touching.
That should have happened. That should have happened. Like, okay, no, but this is how I would have done it. Like, I would have had Morgana say, your mom should have raised you to be a better person or something like that. Something that, like, cuts deep, and then Ryuji just gets incredibly mad, and that's how the fight breaks out. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, I feel like we've talked about a lot now, and we will end the podcast so we can get to part 3, which...
It's going to be about Sai,
the final palace,
Maruki, and then my favorite up-and-coming, Shido, Maruki, and then we're going to talk about the fucking OST. The final part is coming up, everybody. I hope you're excited.
Alright.
We're going to try to get it out on Tuesday. Can't say for 100% sure. Might be on Saturday like last time. But we'll try to get it out on Tuesday. Maybe Sunday. Who knows?
Y'all better have a good day, or else.
And if you don't, I'll come to your house and I'll break your kneecaps.
Also, follow at JFletch.moment on Instagram and sub to my YouTube channel in the description.
And follow Kenny Dez on Instagram.com/Kenny Dez. Kenny Dez.
And subscribe. Alright, bye-bye.